5 rough sex moves secretly crave in bed. Hey ladies, welcome back. Today we're stepping into one of the most thrilling and often misunderstood parts of intimacy: rough sex. Now, before your thoughts jump to handcuffs or scenes from movies, I want us to slow down and really understand what men quietly crave in the bedroom. It's not just about being dirty, it's about being deliberate, purposeful, and deeply connected. Here's something important. There's a side of men we don't usually talk about. A side that doesn't just want to be wanted, it wants to be consumed. It's not always about soft kisses and gentle hands. Sometimes he yearns for wildness, for you to come in bold, fierce, and completely unfiltered. That confident woman, you, who can step forward and take over the moment, leaving him breathless, unguarded, and totally in your grip. And no, this doesn't mean you have to become someone new. It's about allowing a part of you to surface, a powerful part that's already there, the one that knows how to awaken passion, the kind that leaves him stunned, trembling, and begging for more. You don't just give him pleasure, you take control like it's always belonged to you. In this video, I'm sharing 5 rough sex moves that men not only enjoy, but often secretly dream about. These aren't just physical actions, they touch something deeper. They're part emotional, part primal, and completely unforgettable when done with presence and care. When you tap into that energy with confidence and sensitivity, you'll watch him unravel in ways that might even surprise you. So if you're curious about how to light him up in all the right ways and become the woman he didn't see coming, the one who changes the game, then stay with me. Let's get into one move that drives him wild and how you can bring it with precision, boldness, and your own unique power. One intense move that many men secretly fantasize about is the sudden pin and whisper. There's something electric about surprise mixed with closeness. This move plays with that fine line of control and excitement. Men secretly love being pinned, not in a rough or harmful way, but in a way that makes them feel taken, overpowered just enough, and completely out of their element. You don't need to be stronger than him. You only need the right mindset. It can be as simple as nudging him back onto the bed, climbing on top, or gently pressing down on his wrists. It's not about strength, it's about showing him that in this moment, you're in charge. You decide the tempo, you guide the connection, you let him feel what it's like to be desired so deeply that he loses his balance. And here's the key: once he's under you, even if just for a second, lean in close. Let the tension build as you slowly bring your mouth near his ear. Don't rush, let the air thicken, let the space between you grow hotter. Then whisper something that stirs him up inside. It can be teasing, bold, even a little wicked, whatever fits your mood together. The real spark isn't just the words, it's how you say them. It's your breath tickling his skin, the softness of your voice, and that look in your eyes that says, without speaking, "You're mine right now. I'm not here to ask, I'm here to give you something you won't forget." This kind of intensity doesn't leave scratches, it leaves unforgettable memories. It hits him on a level deeper than logic. It bypasses his usual thinking and pulls him into raw emotion. This is where men often wish they could go, but rarely get the chance. They don't just want to impress you in bed, they want to lose control with you. They want to feel like you're the one setting the fire and they're simply burning in it. And here's what makes this even more powerful. When a man feels safe enough to give in, when he senses that you're still connected, still aware and tuned into his needs, he becomes even more emotionally vulnerable. Even in the heat of a rough moment, that vulnerability opens doors, because rough doesn't mean careless, it means powerful and clear. It's fire wrapped in attention. It's intensity mixed with emotional safety. So next time, don't wait for him to lead. You step in, pin him, whisper something that shakes his world. That surprise followed by certainty, followed by your voice. That's more than hot. That's something he'll remember long after it's over. Now let's shift to another move that turns up the heat: the hair grab and slow drag. There's something instinctively wild about hair. Not just the feeling of it, but what it communicates: passion, need, and control. This move is often overlooked, but it's incredibly powerful when done right. Usually, women have their hair pulled. But what if you flipped that? What if you were the one taking control? Imagine gripping his hair, not in a painful way, but with firm intention. Maybe it's during a kiss. Maybe it's when you're on top. Holding the base of his hair tells him, you're not just along for the ride. You're guiding it. It's not about being rough. It's about making a point. It's like saying, without needing to speak, I need to hold on to something because I want you that much. That kind of energy is magnetic. It pulls him into a whole new headspace. He's not just physically there, he's mentally overwhelmed in the best way. The trick isn't just the grip, it's the drag. Once you've got his hair, tilt his head back slightly, expose his neck, lock eyes, then pause. That pause is what seals the moment. That frozen second when nothing's moving, but everything is building. You become the storyteller and he's hanging on your every move. Then follow through with something soft, your lips trailing down his neck, your tongue tasting his collarbone, your nails slowly tracing his chest. That contrast between firm and gentle, it confuses and excites his senses. He won't know what to expect next. That unpredictability is what locks the memory into his mind. You're not just turning him on, you're reaching into that hidden part of him that wants to be handled, to be shown that someone knows how to take the lead. This isn't just sex. It's a memory in the making, and it sticks, not only because of how it felt physically, but because of how deeply it moved him. In that moment, he feels claimed, held, yours. So next time, don't just run your fingers through his hair. Take hold. Let him feel your hunger, not as a whisper, but as a statement. That moment, short as it may be, will echo in his thoughts long after he's left your arms. The night might be over, but now we move into the third move, the hip grab and deep grind. There's something powerful that happens in intimacy when it goes beyond physical touch and becomes unspoken communication. One of the most intense things a man secretly desires is when you take over the rhythm. I'm talking about a slow, deep, steady grind led completely by you, by your hips, your intention, your focus. And the way you take hold of his waist, either digging your fingers in or simply holding him tight, keeps him locked into place, right where you want him. This isn't about moving fast. It's not about speed or force. It's about weight, depth, control, and complete awareness. When you grab his sides and hold him steady, guiding the pace and the power, he feels something so much bigger than just pleasure. He feels taken. Your hands, your body, all wrapped around him with purpose. It lights up his mind because he's not used to being the one restrained. But a part of him wants that. He wants to feel your craving for him. He wants to know that your hips are moving, not for his show, but to meet your own need. That you're not performing, you're fulfilling a desire, and he just happens to be the lucky one under you. That grind, slow and deliberate, doesn't only drive him wild physically, it shakes up his thinking. It messes with his head in all the best ways. Because now, he's not just having sex, he's being held, consumed, absorbed into your experience. That bold message in your movement that says, you're mine and I'm going to enjoy every inch of you, stays with him. It's passionate, it's powerful, and most of all, it's real. When a man sees that you're not dancing for his pleasure, but fully tuned into your own, when he feels you taking control with that smooth, grounded energy, something deep inside him shifts. He's not observing something fake, he's living something honest. He feels it in every nerve. This move becomes rough, not because it's violent, but because it's deep, demanding, and unforgettable. You're not just in the moment, you've claimed it as yours. And that changes everything. You'll see it in the way his breath catches and the way he holds on to you tighter, because suddenly the script has flipped. You've made him feel just as exposed, just as desired, just as pulled in as you've probably felt many times before. So next time that moment comes, don't hesitate. Grab his hips, slow the pace, move in deep, controlled waves. Let him feel you completely. Let him know you're not just there to satisfy, you're there to take what you want. That one bold act, it'll echo in his memory for days, maybe longer. Every time he thinks of you, he'll feel that moment when you took control, when you made him feel like he truly belonged to you. There's another moment that changes everything. The sudden shift when you straddle him and hold his gaze. There's a powerful energy in being unpredictable. Not reckless, but intentional in the way you surprise him. When you get on top of him, not gently, not asking, but with fierce confidence, something shifts. That quick move where you take your place without hesitation and lock eyes with him, it says, everything. It's not about dominance for the sake of power. It's about letting him feel how confident you are in your body and in that moment. When you climb on top like you've done it 100 times, especially when he doesn't expect it, his world pauses. You'll see it in his face, that change in his expression, the part of him that silently says, she just changed everything. Keep your eyes on him. Don't look away. Not in a giggly or shy way, but with deep, unwavering heat. Look at him like you're reading every single reaction, like he's the only thing in the world you care to see right now. That eye contact. It does something bigger than you think. It doesn't just turn him on. It completely lowers his defenses, because when you look at a man like that during sex, or even just before it, you're not just touching skin, you're touching soul. You're showing him that you're fully present, completely inside the moment, not just doing something, being something. Most men aren't used to that. They're used to fast, to friction, to repetition. But when you sit on him, let the full weight of your body press into him, lean in and don't move right away, something intense begins. You don't have to do anything yet. Just be there. Let him feel your presence. Let him see your desire. That pause, it's everything. It builds tension that makes him ache. You've just created the perfect emotional storm, because now he's not focused on what's coming next. He's locked in the now. He feels wanted, seen, and powerless in the most beautiful way. You've become the moment. Not because of tricks or games, but because you knew how to hold the moment. That kind of energy doesn't just make him want you. It makes him need you. Men may not admit it, but they crave that. That sensation of a woman fully stepping into her own passion. The way that energy flips when she takes charge, not to impress, but to express what she truly wants. When you straddle him, grab his attention with your stare and pause before anything else, you turn the moment from sex to connection. He won't forget it. He won't stop thinking about how you made him feel stunned, wanted, and completely wrapped up in you. Now, here's something every woman should understand. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not give him what he wants right away. It's not rejection. It's not withholding out of coldness. It's the skillful use of restraint, the ability to hold the moment just a little longer. It's in that space between wanting and receiving that obsession is born. The move is simple, but it hits hard. You pull him in close. Your hands, your words, your mouth, you build it all. You give him taste after taste. You spark his fire with everything you have. And just when he thinks the moment is here, when he's seconds away from getting everything, you stop. You pull back, you press pause. You meet his eyes with that knowing look and say something like, "Not yet." In that small sentence, in that tiny delay, you've created magic. You've taken him right to the edge and held him there. That's not frustration. It's desire heightened to its most powerful point. Because in that space between almost and now, a fantasy forms, a craving starts. His body is buzzing, his mind is racing. All he can think about is you. Your touch, your scent, your energy. You've taken control of the story, and he's hanging on every word. Most men are used to a simple pattern: build up, action, finish. But you shift the rhythm, you tease it, you change it. And in doing that, you elevate the experience. It's no longer just about physical release, it's about emotional surrender. When you finally give in, when you finally let things continue, the feeling is overwhelming. He doesn't just experience it, he feels broken open by it. And that's unforgettable. Here's what's most beautiful about this kind of power. It says clearly, I choose how this goes. You don't just hand over all of yourself. You give him a piece at a time, enough to leave him burning for more. You're not playing games. You're setting the pace. And that rhythm, it's hypnotic. So next time, don't be afraid to hold him off just a little longer. Look at him. Let him feel how much you're in control. Let him ache for you. That moment of waiting will make the next moment explosive. And that's what lingers. That's what sticks with him long after you're gone. The truth is, sex isn't only about what you do with your body. It's about the energy you bring into the space. These intense moves, they're not about pretending or acting like someone else. They're about awakening the parts of you that already live inside. The wild, the confident, the daring, the sensual. And when you show up with that kind of presence, when you know when to hold, when to move, when to push, and when to pause, you don't just turn him on. You change him. You show him a version of passion he didn't even know he needed. And once a man has felt that, really felt it, he'll keep coming back in his mind over and over again to the woman who made him feel truly wanted to him. You're not just someone he spent the night with. You become a moment he can't stop thinking about. You become a feeling he didn't expect, but now secretly craves. You're a memory that lingers, a spark that set off something deep inside him. If this message stirred something in you, tap the like button, subscribe for more raw, honest talk about love, intimacy, and real connection. And drop a comment below. Tell me which part hit you the hardest or which move you're excited to try. I want to hear your moments, your breakthroughs, your passion. Never forget this. Confidence isn't about being perfect or knowing it all. It's about standing strong in who you are, even when you're vulnerable. That kind of confidence, it's magnetic. So step out with your full energy. Be bold, be impossible to forget. Let him be the one lying awake, wondering how he ever went without the way you make him feel. Because men aren't searching for flawlessness. They're aching for something that moves them, something real, something that reaches beyond skin and into their heart. They crave surprise, depth, a spark of something more, something honest that wraps around their body and mind at the same time. So don't hold back. Be the one who leans in close and whispers something so soft it sends chills. Be the woman who locks eyes and doesn't break the stare. Be the one who pushes him down with a slow, teasing grin that says, "You're mine tonight." And if you're sitting there wondering, can I really be that woman? Know this, you already are. You don't need to raise your voice or pretend to be someone you're not. You only need to stop hiding the parts of yourself that already know how to love, how to tease, how to move with sensual confidence. Try just one of these moves the next time you're with him. Just one. Watch his reaction. Not just in how his body responds, but in how his eyes search yours, in the change in his voice, in the way he starts focusing on everything you do, like it suddenly matters more. That's when you'll know you've gone beyond lust. You've become an unforgettable experience.